Cleveland Center, JetBlue 1874 requesting frequency change since we're out of the airspace. Sorry, who was that? That would be JetBlue 1874. 1874, I think I dropped you because I don't see you on my scope at all. Oh, okay. I might have misheard you, but thank you. Have a good one. And is there Spirit Wings calling there?
Yeah, Spirit Wings 892.
Alright, Spirit Wings 892, runway 4, taxi about Charlie Alpha, cross runway 28.
Cross Charlie Alpha.
November 1 lean at Tango, radar contact the altitude passing.
It's just passing 8,800 for 10,000.
Number 1, New Lima Tango, climb maintain flight level 450, clear direct Wozy.
Wozy puts me back at the airport. I was wondering if I could get a direct to Tyler for one of the Tango.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Clear direct Tyler.
Direct Tyler for 450, one of the Tango.
There's a test, I swear. Air Canada 1038, descend maintain flight level 350.
Set maintain 350, Air Canada 1038.
Cleveland Center 146 November. Mike, we're at Atlantic and ready to taxi.
Cleveland Center, November 681 Tango Alpha at Niagara Falls International, requesting clearance to Boston.
Stand by, break November 146, November Mike, runway 6, left, taxi via Foxtrot Lima, call holding short.
6 left via Foxtrot Lima, we'll call you when we're holding short, 146 November Mike.
6 right, Foxtrot Lima.
Okay, 6 right, Foxtrot Lima, 6 November Mike.
Number 681 Tango Alpha, you're cleared to the Boston Logan Airport via radar vectors Jossie, then as filed, climb, maintain 3000, spec 270, 10 minutes after departure. Departures with me, squawk 0670, correction, 6070, reback squawk only.
6070, November 1 Tango Alpha.
One Tango Alpha, reback is correct. You can expect runway 10 left, actually expect runway 6 for departure.
Expect runway 6 for departure, November 1 Tango Alpha.
Delta 651, Cleveland Center.
Delta 651, go ahead.
On behalf of Delta Airlines, I'd like to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
I should wish that to my wife, but appreciate it.
Cleveland Center, November 681 Tango Alpha, requesting taxi.
681 Tango Alpha, taxi straight ahead, runway 6, approach, report holding short.
Straight ahead,
Okay,
runway
let's,
6, report on. One short, November 1 Tango Alpha.
Let's finish
EPS
setting this
1924,
bird
report
up
when
for
established
the
in the hold.
approach into Detroit. We are taking runway, I think, what Navigraph charts
EPS
say
1924, report established in the hold.
2-1 left approach. Wind is calm. Well, no, we got a crosswind at 6 knots. That should be easy. Yeah, we'll be taking the ILS, Instrumental Landing System, 2-1 left approach. We'll be shooting visual approach. But we're taking the ILS in, so you'll see. So we'll take the ILS in till about the last couple hundred feet, disconnect the autopilot, fly her in manually. That's how I'm going to do it. And that's one of those big cities. That's probably Detroit up there. Considering we are like...
Experiment 1984, runway 4.
Not that
Clear
far
for
away.
takeoff.
At least 40 miles. Okay, so the instrument landing system frequencies are already
Number
tuned.
146 November Mike, runway 6 right,
Just
clear
need
for
to
takeoff,
tune
on
the
course departure approved.
Final approach course.
6
216.
right, clear for takeoff, on course departure approved, 146 November Mike.
Cleveland Center, November 681 Tango Alpha, holding short runway 6.
Delta 651, traffic, you're 1 o'clock, less than 10 miles, altitude unverified, type unverified, primary radar contact only.
Delta 651, roger. We'll keep a lookout.
And last aircraft on answer, say again. November 1 Tango Alpha, runway 6, clear for takeoff, 5 runway heading.
I don't see any traffic. And the TCAS,
November 1 Tango Alpha, Cleveland Center.
traffic collision avoidance system, isn't picking up anything either.
UPS 1924 in the flight hole.
UPS 1924, descend and maintain 11,000. The metro aerial said there is 3027.
3027, drop to 11,000.
Fairway 92, radar contact, the altitude passing.
Alright, interesting. Anyways, let's get back to the work at hand. Sending out at 18,000 feet. Courses are tuned. The ILS radio is tuned.
Fairway 92, clear direct pawn set, Papa Oscar,
Set
November
global
Charlie Tango.
altimeter, which
Climb
I think
maintain
is
level
299.
350.
We'll do auto brakes
Sorry,
1
Fairway 92,
today.
disregard, fly, we're heading 360.
And
Climb
we'll do
maintain,
flaps
fly level
30 at
350,
143 knots.
frequency a little bit.
Fly runway heading,
This is what we're looking like currently. How's our passengers doing? 84%. That'll really...
Your lead merit phase, you're on close for service terminated for exchange approved.
Free descent for Canada 1038 Chief.
Spirit with 892, clear direct pawn set, Papa Oscar, November Charlie Tango.
Figure pawn set, 819.
Loose. Alright.
Cleveland Center, good evening, yes, just make sure this is level 340.
And 223, Cleveland Center. Delta 651, leaving hot rod, descend to maintain 3,000.
Delta 651, leaving hot rod, descend to maintain 3,000.
Number 46, November Mike, radar contact,
Oh,
altitude.
that's What are we?
Climbing out of
12?
2,300.
Straight to 3.
146 November, Mike.
We'll make that easy.
146 November, Mike.
No, wait.
Climb, maintain VFR, altitude, your discretion. Proceed on
Chart.
course.
Man, that's good.
Maintain VFR, altitude, our discretion.
The chart says we have to be
November,
at
Mike.
12,250
Center, hello.
knots.
Air Canada 1 Heavy, now 20 north of Buffalo, passing flight level 236, climbing 390.
Air Canada 1, I have terrible news for you. I don't
Which means we're going to have to really drop the nose of this aircraft to get down to 3,000
Number 1, take
on
off
time.
the radar contact, stay altitude passing.
November 1 Tango Alpha is holding at 3,000.
Number 1, take off, climb, maintain flight level 270. Cleared direct upon set.
I'm maintaining flight level 270, cleared direct upon set, November 1 Tango Alpha.
Number 1, Lima Tango, New York and Boston are both closed. Radar service to ready for exchange approved.
Okay, PPC over to Console 1 Tango.
Alright, speed brakes.
Yeah, 1279. Unfortunately, Boston is closing. Radar service to ready for exchange approved.
Got 1279 on, thanks, Con.
Terminal 892, Boston's closing. Radar service to ready for exchange approved.
Oh no, we did this. Get us on first.
Oh, airport's loading in. Scenery.
Technically with Air Canada 1, you should have that. I was just one click short.
Air Canada 1, clear the center. Hello, Reese. Thanks very much. Recycle transponder, squawk 6062.
6062, Air Canada 1.
Cleveland Center is American 1979 with you, holding at 2-1 right.
Yep, there you go. Come on, baby. There you go. Alright, flat sims back there.
American 1979, clear the center. Runway 21 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 2-1 right, 90 back up.
Just fine. Alright, retract speed brakes. We're gonna go straight to 3,000.
EPS 1924, descend and maintain 8,000.
Descend, maintain 1924.
Watershed 1225, room airspace, Toronto's closed. Radar service to ready for exchange approved.
Alright. We're going down to 3, and that's Detroit somewhere over in front of us. That's not Detroit.
Air Canada 1038, leaving airspace.
Alright, we're
Toronto's
gonna
closed.
pull out the speed brakes a little bit to keep this airspeed down, because we are about to drop the nose of this aircraft.
Central aircraft, Cleveland Center, mid closing at 10 minutes.
Whoa. That is not what we wanted
EPS
to do.
1924. You're clear to the metro airport via radar
That-
vectors.
I'm sorry,
Turn right
guys.
heading 0,
my passengers
turn
are
right
upset.
heading 160, descend and maintain
Oh,
6,000 vectors for your approach.
All right.
Expect the visual runway
We've got a
1 left approach.
son of a bitch.
Right to 16, down to 8. Visual approach. Right to left.
My aircraft. Oh, we're over speeding. Come on, get out. Pull out of it. Pull out of it. That wasn't supposed to happen. Come on, speed brakes. Do your job. Don't shoot.
Air Canada 1, clear direct upon set. Pop off to November Charlie Tango.
Direct contact, Air Canada 1.
Air Canada 1, climb, maintain, flight level 3.
Rolling the throttles back.
In 3 minutes or less.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Cleveland Center is American 1979, cleared runway 27 right, positive climb, crossing out to 3,500.
Air Canada 1, climb, maintain, flight level 350 in 3 minutes or less.
350, 3 minutes elapsed.
American 19
Oh, we're having
clear center
issues.
radar contact. Climb maintain 280, clear direct, smooth.
Why isn't our aircraft slowing
280,
down?
direct, smooth, 99.
Alright. Auto throttles are unreliable, so... Oh, there we go. Okay. We're having issues.
UPS 1924, reduce speed to 210 knots.
Alright, time to let passengers know. Got an aircraft problem.
Do you need any level 350?
No, just need you three. I just need you to clear some traffic on the opposite direction. Got it. Is that 321? There's a 321. I'm not able to give you this descent to Boston.
I don't know what's wrong with this aircraft, but there's something wrong with the autopilot system, the FMC, flight management computer. It was not supposed to descend that fast.
UP 9,
Then the
24, turn left, heading
FADEC
0,
for
9,
the engines.
0, vector.
FADEC is full authority digital engine control system. Those didn't work with the auto throttle, so I don't know if I can. We'll figure it out.
And UPS 1924.
Should be able to work out this problem. We're at 3,000. We're leveling out. We're still flying.
2,500.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably turn on the fasten seatbelt sign. Ugh. Okay, we're getting some moderate lag here. I'm not worried about it. Alright. Let's test the auto throttle.
November 6th, November, Mike. I'm going to be closing up before you get to Pittsburgh. Register for terminal for exchange approved then flight.
Alright, thanks. See you next time. Over to advisory 146 November, Mike.
Air Canada 1, Boston, closed, register for terminal for exchange approved then flight to Logan.
Thanks.
Track speed brakes.
UPS 1924, heavy turn right heading 140, maintain 4,000.
Turn right 14,000, maintain 4.
Alright, since I was bottoming out doing that, let's go ahead and get the plane lights on. Landing
UPS
lights.
1924,
turn off
traffic
taxi
at
lights.
your 12 to 1 o'clock, 26 miles, opposite direction. It's a Delta 651, Boeing Delta 650, it's a Delta Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
I've got him in sight.
1924, we have them.
UPS 1924, maintain visual separation from that traffic. You can expect to follow them. Break. Delta 651, turn left heading 250 on the roll up the field to be at your 10 to 11 o'clock and 15 miles fourth field in sight.
Left 250, Delta 651, and we have the field in sight as well as that traffic.
How do you have the field in sight that's behind you?
I'm turning. I can look out the left window.
Alright, Delta 651, cleared visual approach, runway 21 left, runway 21 left, clear to land.
Cleared visual approach, runway 21 left, clear to land, Delta 651.
UPS 1924, that's your traffic to follow. Cleared visual approach, runway 21 left, runway 21 left, clear to land, number 2.
21 left, number 2.
Alright, flaps 5. It might have been flaps 10, oh well. We'll be fine. Yep, nope, that was flaps 5. Good, beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and arm our speed brake.
And Delta 651, maintain 170 or greater till a 5-mile final.
170 or greater till 5-mile final, Delta 651.
UPS 1924, maintain 180 or less.
180 or less, 1924.
Number 1 Tango Alpha, your Boston's closed. I'm going to be closed up here in just a couple moments for our surface terminal. Street exchange approved. Have a great flight to Logan.
Slow down.
System situation
Autopilot,
approved,
auto,
1 Tango
all that
Alpha,
seems to
thank
be
you.
working fine now. I think it just had a hiccup.
1979.
Slow down to
Chicago
200
closed as
knots.
usual. Rare service terminated for exchange approved. Have a great flight to the Windy City.
Roger, copy that. 19 out.
Drop flaps 10.
Then 1223, unfortunately for you, I am going to be closing well before you get to Metro. Let me just make sure you're on the right arrival. Yep, Top Gun, sounds good.
Runway.
Rare service terminated for exchange approved. Have a great flight.
Thanks for that.
Go ahead and arm the localizer.
Delta 651, contact ground point 8 on the ground.
Ground point 8 on the ground, Delta 651. You have a great night.
UPS 1924, same for you, ground point 8.
Alright, we're on the localizer. Let's go ahead and arm the
Potential
glide
aircraft
slope.
this time now 0234 and 3/4 this time. Cleveland Center is closed. Rare service terminated for exchange approved. Monitor appropriate advisory frequencies unless otherwise advised.
Alright, I gotta figure out what the... Alright. We're on the localizer. We got flaps 10 dropped. Once we get the glide slope, we'll drop down slowly to flaps 30 and our final approach speed. Minimums are 832 feet. Which is 200. Radio altimeter. According to the charts. Oh my god, I'm so tired of scrolling. Alright, let's slow down to our final approach speed. 138 knots. 143 knots, sorry. And we've got the glide slope. Arm the autopilot system. We'll get ready to drop flaps 15. Flaps 15. Oh, gear coming down. That was the other thing. Flaps 25. And flaps 30. Let the autopilot fly us in, the auto land system. Alright. Land 3. Alright. Final landing checklist. Flaps 30, gear down, 3 green, auto brakes 1, landing lights on, runway turn off lights and taxi lights on, APU on and off bus. Final approach configuration complete.
1,000.
1,000 feet to go.
Approaching 2, 1, left.
lag. 500. Continue.
400. 300 minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
Aircraft.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, we bounced. Alright. Reverse thrust. Knots, 70 knots, high speed taxiway, reverse thrust cancel,
Caution on
manual braking.
taxiway.
Alright. Hold here. Delta 651, Detroit ground, on the ground here, vacated on Whiskey 2, holding short Whiskey.
Delta 651, Metro Ground, good evening. Taxi to the ramp via Whiskey Juliet.
Taxi to the ramp by Whiskey Juliet, Detroit, Delta 651. Alright.
I stayed on just for you, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice little homecoming gift. Alright. Let's go ahead and taxi to the ramp. Clean up this aircraft. Flaps up. Auto brakes automatically disarmed. And now we'll roll. I need some gas though. Time is 9:41. Okay. Doing good. I got another flight in me, a little short one to probably Dulles, Washington. Alright, Juliet is this upcoming right. So I'm going to take this right. How are our lovely passengers doing? They're very unsatisfied. I don't blame them. I would be too. Definitely have maintenance look over this plane before we depart. We might switch aircraft types. Despite all of that, I did not have to call a mayday. I should have, but I mean, heck, we had the situation firmly under control. And the engines on this aircraft are so freaking powerful. This is idling and it's doing a good 20 knots on the ground. Which is fine, we got a long taxi, so. Actually, we don't, because our gate's right up here. To our right, outside of our front right window there. Hitting the brakes a little bit. Give her some power through the turn here. And we'll figure out which lovely gate that one is. Alpha 9. Alright. Alright, good. They got the marshaller out. Let's make sure our lights are good. Runway, we can turn those off. Turn off the anti-collision lights. And we'll leave the strobes on because the engines are still running. So we'll come in here and we'll give her a bump of some juice here, some gas. Get her moving. Delta 651 Detroit.
Delta 651, go ahead.
If you're lucky here, you might get to catch me on the way out to Dulles.
I doubt that. I am leaving as soon as the UPS calls me. I'm tired.
Delta 651, Roger. How many hours have you been on tonight?
So far 2, but I was on 8 hours this morning.
That's what I call a long day. Alright.
Yep, with no pay.
Come on.
UPS 1924.
Alright, beautiful. That's what I call a good landing.
UPS 1924 Heavy, Metro Ground, good evening.
Alright, parking brakes
I'm
on.
assuming you're the UPS ramp.
Engine off.
If you can get me there, just parked, it's fine. Alright, to the UPS ramp, taxi via Whiskey, Juliet,
Turn off
Papa,
those lights.
Papa 3,
I don't know what
Whiskey,
you're doing, buddy, but
Whiskey
you
4,
can get down from there.
Sierra 1.
Yep, cool.
Whiskey, Juliet, Papa 3.
You gonna bring the jetway out, or am I just gonna sit here looking like an idiot?
That's very convoluted, but I apologize.
Oh, look
That's
at
correct,
that.
though.
It did it automatically. Wait for the jet bridge.
Alright, all Metro Ground is now closed. Have a good night. See ya.
See ya!
Yeah.
Alright. Beautiful. Alright. Well, now that we're here and they're doing their ground things, this is not like VR. I mean, I can make it VR, but I do not have a VR headset. I do have a widescreen monitor, so it's like 31 inches wide and it's curved, so to me it's almost like VR. And VR, it's too finicky for me, and I get much more enjoyment out of flying and not finicking with things when I do it this way. Okay. So, APU, auxiliary power unit is online. We'll turn off the engine starters. We don't need those anymore. Left forward, right aft fuel pumps off. We'll turn off the engine, electric, and hydros. Go over here to our little electronic flight bag. Sim menu, ground support. We'll chalk up because this aircraft is turning in for the night. I am changing aircraft types. Go ahead and connect the ground power, air conditioning, and we'll let GSX ground services do the rest of the work. Ground power is available, so we'll cut off our APU now, turn off the fuel pump, turn off everything. Oops, did not mean to zoom in like that. Cut off all the lights here. Emergency exit lights. Cabin utility and in-flight entertainment passenger seat power is off. IRS's, the plane's brains, are now off. Traffic collision avoidance system, that's everything that's on this panel. Everything is good to go. All we have to do now is close out this flight on here. And we'll leave it open because I'm about to hop into another plane and do another hour and a half, maybe hour and a half flight. Flight data recorder That's fine. Submit that. That's good. I got another monitor, by the way, that some of this stuff is being pulled onto. Okay, alright. Ground power is coming off. And battery is off. And now we have a cold and dark aircraft. We did park a little bit askew. This is a Boeing 737 MAX 800. And now we're going to hop in my other little friend here, Google Chrome. Oh wait, there it is. Dulles, or Detroit to Washington Dulles, 1537, an hour and 25, which it probably won't be that much. 1537 KDW to KIAD. And we will probably fly. What aircraft do I have that I do want to fly? Maybe? Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna fly the, no. We'll fly the MD-11. That's a fun aircraft to fly. Yep. Cool, there's a flight plan, generate flight plan, or dispatch paperwork and all that crap. And now that that's out of the way, we'll move over to the flight sim. Go back to the main menu. That's a beautiful photo right there. Now I wonder if you missed the landing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll show you how to fly one day. That would be awesome. Hey, puppy. Run in here and grab the kitchen, my sandwich. Right back in my office. And it's still not done loading. Beautiful. All right. All right. Go. Okay. I'm going to just ignore that. It'll unscrew itself. And we're going to pre-file this on the Virtual Air Traffic Simulation Network. And this should be loaded here any second.
A disaster for New York. She's a universe. This isn't a flashlight. I want a partner. I want a partner. Looking good. Super flat.
No.
Yeah, because that's deep dish, right? Yeah. So you take one here.
People, wealthy people, people in government, in public office, and corporations.
All right, come on. Almost done loading. Grr. 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 Ow. Grr. 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 Playing with my dog. Sending you a video. Oh, he brought me a ball. Yes, you did. Go get it. While I wait for this plane to slowly but surely load. The longer this takes, the less I actually want to fly. There we go. It's almost. It's trying. There it goes. All right. It's just lagging now. Okay. Let's get ground and jetway and I don't know. Is jetway connected? Oh, well, sorta. As best as it can be. That's a little bug. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Oh, yep, it was definitely. Wait a minute. What's it doing? Oh, no, it actually is connecting now. Okay, it was just that close to the plane. Wow, I'm an idiot. All right. So, back to ground services. We got the jetway doing its thing. We'll request a ground power unit. And that was fast. Okay, go ahead and alright, cool. Everything should be good. There was one minor thing. Oh yeah. the camera system for this aircraft. I don't think I've got any, yeah, no, I don't. We'll create some more views here. Oh, that apparently already has a, okay, cool. Shift 4. Alright, we like spot view. I can do anything outside with that. Oh shit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ship 6 and ship 7. That was almost bad. Beautiful. All right. I think we're good. I think we're ready to go. Start getting this aircraft set up. Let's go ahead and throw power on her. All right. Battery switch in the emergency hat. I did just crank that on. What the hell? I guess not. There we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. External ground power connected. Emergency power armed. Okay, I need to turn on some panel lights because this is egregious. That's the instrument panel. Beautiful. Doesn't need to be very bright. Okay, and now you. Beautiful. Alright. That's all set up, ready to go. Let's verify. Yep, that needs to be set. Parking brake. We're gonna do a controls check on this aircraft. So starts, the throttles, they work. Yep. That works. Yep, cool. Flaps work. Beautiful. Okay. Full left. Full right. Full forward. Full back. Left rudder. Right rudder. Beautiful. Alright. Do it all the way around. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and get this aircraft ready up. Let's turn on our IRSs. And a lot of this we really don't have to mess with. It's mostly automated, but there are other things like nav lights, logo lights, leave beacon lights on for now. Off. Emergency exit lights are armed. No smoking and seatbelt signs on. Engine ignition A. Everything else looks okay for the time being. We do need to connect to the virtual air traffic simulation network. And we're flying as Delta, God, 1537 today on a McDonnell Douglas MD-11. Whoops. Yep, alright. Got our flight plan, beautiful. Squawk 0656. Our transponder is right here. And yeah, okay, cool. Alright. Let's get the CTAF frequency for Detroit. 135. I'm too lazy to actually do this in the aircraft, so I'll just set the frequency that way. Uncage this backup gyro, and then we'll get to work in the EFB, the electronic flight bag, and the FMC. Alright. Good enough for me. Send flight plan to FMC, because why not? Payload, charts, okay, I don't need to mess with any of this as far as I'm aware. Okay, we'll mess with that later. Flight plan init. We're Delta 1537 today. We're cruising at flight level 370. Oh, I only need to put 370 in there. Yep, and that's why it's complaining that it wasn't correct. 37,000 feet. Cost index is 20. Wind is 31. 7031. I guess we'd say 31 knots. Yeah, close enough. Alright, cool. Initialize IRS. Alright. Detroit, we gotta enter our standard instrument departure, which today will be... Where's my flight plan? Lids for departure. Here we go. Lids for departure. Grivy transition. Taking off the runway. Let's navigate chart the same. 21 right, looks like. Guess I am closer to that runway. Alright. It's gonna be a long taxi still. We'll insert that. And we'll go all the way down this flight plan to Dulles, Star, standard arrival. We're landing, taking the Gibbs 5 arrival, MGW transition. And we're going to be landing on runway 19 or left unless the weather changes. And the transition for that is WV. And we'll insert that to the flight plan. Everything looks copacetic. We'll clear that vector out because we won't need it. And we're good to go. So the flight plan's in there. We'll go to... Shit. And then, here we go. Zero fuel weight. We'll get that number. Oh, I need to enter it, I think. Center of gravity. Do that one on that aircraft calculates it automatically. Gross weight. Yep, beautiful. Make sure those numbers match up with the paperwork I've got on the other screen. Zero fuel weight, 359.2. 359.2, that's right. Takeoff gross weight is 400.6. What? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, cool. We'll shed a few hundred pounds of fuel between here and the runway. Block fuel is 419. Beautiful. Alright, that's correct. Then we'll go to the performance page. Oh, sorry. Takeoff page. We will do a... runway did I say we were taking off of? Yeah. 21 right. Oops, I passed it. Runway length, headland, get weather info. Takeoff weight is... Gosh. Takeoff gross weight. 400,600 pounds. We'll do flaps 11, packs on, get takeoff weight, Calculate 127, 139, and 160. No flaps? What are you smoking? Oh, that's for flaps left. 127, 139, and 160. Ah, I messed that up. So V1, V rotate, and V2 is the speeds at which we can do certain things rolling down the runway. The V1 is the speed at which we can safely abort takeoff if we lose an engine. If we hit rotate, we have to take off. And V2 is the speed at which we can, the minimum speed that we can operate with an engine missing, you know, inoperable. So we have to be able to make V2. Outside air temp. Oh, what's the specific temperature here? 59 Celsius. Alright, I did not mean to do that. Outside air temperature is 13 degrees Celsius. Oh, you did not like that. Or did I have it set to Fahrenheit? Nope, it's in Celsius. Alright, the slope is of the runway is negative 0.1. And the wind is a whopping, wind speed is a whopping, where's Navgraph charts? 2 knots. Alright. We got some lag here, that's fine. TCAS failure, why has it failed? So confused. Oh, you know what? That's why. Those are not initialized yet. Or not aligned. IRU in align mode. Alright, cool. So that's what I'm waiting on. We'll go into our autopilot panel and go ahead and enter our cruise altitude, flight level 370. It's 37,000 feet. Heading is our initial runway heading of 216. I'm going to have to go back and check that, because I could have swore it should be aligned by now. And that'll be fine. Oh, yep, they just aligned. Okay, beautiful. Yep, and there's our flight plan and our terrain radar. Perfect. I believe we are ready for, oh. No, we don't need that. There we go. Immersion. Okay, make sure my weather, yep, that's working. Alright, we are ready to, we'll just pretend like the passengers are already, like, mostly boarded. We're gonna go ahead and start our auxiliary power unit. There, you can listen to it spool up. It's hiding in the tail here. This is our aircraft. Beautiful and old. This plane is like from the 80s. Alright, well the APU is running. We have APU power and switch off the ground power, turn on the bacon lights. I call them the bacon lights. APU bleed on. Get some air flowing through here. And let's get ready for pushback. Gotta tell them to go away. With the GPU.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright. Tail right, nose left. Nose right, tail left. We'll do that.
Release parking brakes, please.
Actually, no, we gotta do the other one.
Release parking brakes, please. Release parking brakes, please.
I could have swore I just did. I did! Oh, you know what?
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Well, we got 3 engines to start. Let's go ahead and get them started. Starting engine 2.
We're ready to go when you are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the York Flight Attendant speaking. At this time, please store to ensure all large carrier items are in open containers and small items are unfurnished. If you have
And
any
fuel.
assistance, please don't hesitate to let the flight attendant know if we have help you. If the overhead bin is full, please consider to close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can use their During an emergency exit row, please exit with responsibility in the car and seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight
Alright, starting engine 3.
You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once you depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 1537, service to Washington. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 2 minutes. Now that the cabin doors are closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright lock position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Starting engine 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please press your screen for the 14
Waiting for confirmation for good engine start.
We're proud to be a
Contact to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Our first priority on every flight is the safety of our customers and crew. So before we depart, please pay close attention.
And fuel for engine 1.
Return from area securely towed and over your head and place small items including handbags under the seat in front of you.
We'll turn on our taxi lights
Please do not adjust your seat.
and our turn off lights.
Please ensure all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear. As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so that it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. If you're
Set our auto brake to takeoff. And our flaps to
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and fasten the seatbelt signs on. And even if the sign is off, please keep the seatbelt fastened and securing unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with
all I gotta do now is
and light
taxi.
information signs located throughout the cabin, in addition to any crew member's instructions. Okay, including the use of egress. It's not allowed.
Detroit Metro Traffic, Delta 5037 Heavy, taxiing from Uniform 9 to runway 21 right via Golf Mike 96, Detroit Traffic.
All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, please hold the aisle to guide you to an exit.
Please note that exit signs on the spare plane identify each exit with a green symbol.
Definitely need to arm those.
Locate the exits near you using these green symbols, keeping in mind that your exit might be
And we're rolling.
in the event of evacuation, leave all carry-on items behind.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panel below the seat will open, revealing oxygen mask. If this happens, reach up and plug a mask or red streamer towards you until the suit is fully distended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag is inflated. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seats in the main cabin.
If you're seated in the business hall or double previous to life cabin, life vests are located either in the compartment adjacent to your seat or under your armrest. To use, remove the vest from the container
We are
by pulling on the
idling
tab and then opening the
and
Flip the vest over your head.
going
Wrap
almost
around
20
your
knots.
waist and attach it to the buckle in front. And adjust securely around your
These
waist.
are very big, heavy,
Inflate
powerful.
the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom of the vest or manually inflate by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. If necessary, we'll distribute additional life vests for children who weigh 35 pounds or less. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright and your tray table is put away. If you're seated in the business class cabin, ensure your suite door is open. Please note there is a placard on the door, visible when open, explaining how to use the suite door in case of an emergency. If you're seated in the main cabin, ensure your aisle armrests are lowered, and in the Delta Premium Select cabin, ensure your aisle armrests are raised. As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information
Looks like we're following a fellow Delta jet to the active runway.
Now just prepare for takeoff. Please relax and enjoy your flight.
Thank you for flying with Delta.
We're prepared for takeoff. Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
I think they're going the same direction I'm going. I think they're going to 21 right. And if that's the case, I'm just going to follow them because they're taking probably the same taxi route that I chose. This taxiway we're turning onto is Golf. That's what you just turned onto, clearly. And this bird is a heavy bird to steer, let me tell you. Delta 1537 Heavy, Detroit Metro traffic, crossing runway 9er left at Golf, Detroit. Detroit Metro traffic, Delta 1537 Heavy has vacated runway 9er left on Victor. Detroit Metro traffic. And a left on the mic. Give us a little bit of gas to get us through this turn. Got to reconfirm our rotation speed. There we go. Go ahead and turn on our high intensity lights and then our landing lights. We pull up on the runway here. We don't want to blind this dude while he's taking off. Now the aircraft in front of me is another guy just like me flying a different aircraft. I wish he would make his radio calls though, because he is doing everything unannounced. There's a plane coming in to land. Thing right there. And Detroit Metro traffic, Delta 1537 Heavy is holding short runway 21 right at Mike 6 for traffic. Detroit Metro traffic. And Detroit Metro traffic, Delta 1537 Heavy is lining up runway 21 right, Detroit Metro traffic. Give her a bump and some gas, turn on our landing lights. Getting this bird turned is woo, pain in the ass. This dude already came and went. He gone. There he is. Wait for him to get far enough away and then we'll take off. In the meantime, take a look at the view. Take some screenshots. And we'll go ahead and begin our takeoff roll out of Detroit. And Detroit Metro traffic, Delta 1537 Heavy is taking on runway 21 right, Detroit traffic. First, we need to arm, prop, and that'll get us takeoff plan. Alright, let's go. Roll throttles forward. And the auto throttle's got it from there. Airspeed's alive. 100 knots. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive climb. Gear coming up. Got some lag. Autopilot on. Autopilot in command. I don't need that terrain radar anymore, so I can remember weather. Because, nope, I don't know where it's at. I don't know, but track the flaps. Keep an eye on our little buddy there so we don't run into him. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We are airborne flying. Can't get a good view. The plane is flying the standard instrument departure, which is why we're not just beelining it straight up to our cruise altitude. It's nice and smooth. We are flying to Washington Dole-ass, as I like to call it. There is something going on with my maps.
Now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page containing small keys for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight communication to our partners. If you connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be able to access our wide range of free live providers.
we're going to beat that aircraft. And he is under us now. Well, not quite. But he's about to be. And we're approaching our cruise altitude, so we're about to level off here in a second. Be sure to keep an eye on him as we get ready to descend. If we don't grab enough distance from him. Is like directly, practically under us now. Yep, and there he goes, right on top of you. Let's see, how far away is top of this thing? Oh, we'll be with him for a while. Guess I can turn off the fasten seatbelt signs. And we're gonna party it up like it's the 80s in here. Passengers are extremely happy right now, that's good. See if we can keep them that way. drop this to our final approach altitude, 4,000 feet. And our plane should start descending any second, automatically. And down we go. Throw out the speed brakes. We'll turn on the fasten seatbelt signs. Why didn't my speed brakes work? There we go. Oh. Alright, more drag. Well, it looks like our arrival has changed to '19 Center. Alright, beautiful. Good enough. Flaps 35 at 144. Oh, we got to program the ILS radio real quick. 111.3 at 1901. All right. We'll use auto brakes 1. Actually, we'll do 2. That'll help us slow down. Okay. We are at 14,000 feet. And Washington, D.C. should be coming up here in a second, over here somewhere. I'd like to think. That is not our runway. And we should be seeing our buddy pop up here soon, the one we've been flying with this entire flight. I've taken a different arrival. Add drag. Well, speed brakes. Extend the slats. Retract the speed brakes. Insert flaps 50. And I'm going to have to interact with the speed a little bit. We might have to edit our flight plan a little bit. Matt C to no Gale. Oh shit. I have no idea what I just did, but we'll fix it. Let's turn on our landing lights. All of our lights, as a matter of fact. Good enough for government work. Where's the other one? Beautiful. If I go direct to Matt C, down to $4,000. Oh, our buddy is like right there, 2,700 feet below us. Delta 1537, Dulles traffic is inbound ILS, runway 19er center, Matt C transition. Currently descending out of 8,000 for 4,000. Delta 1537 heavy. That's why we can't find him. He's freaking behind us, like back there somewhere. But I got him on our TCAS now, or I did. Very satisfied passengers. We're about to make them really satisfied. We're going to show them a point of interest. We'll go ahead and start up our APU. Get bumped around a little bit up here. While we're getting ready to turn on the final, I need to figure out where Delta parks here at Dulles. DTW to I-8D. And okay. Bravo 78. We'll see about that. Huh. There's our buddy. Oh shit, he's going to land on the inactive runway. Wind, according to Navigraph, for the runway should be calm. 0 knots. Should be good.
Altitude.
4,000 feet at, yep, perfect, right where we need to be. Delta 1537, Washington Dulles traffic, turning final approach, ILS, runway 19er center. Alright. Go ahead and arm localizer. Slow down to 1 or 200. We're gonna bring her in fast. And we're on the localizer. And Dulles traffic, Delta 1537 Heavy is established on a 16-mile final ILS runway 19er center approach. Delta 1537 Heavy. What the hell is he doing? Alright, gear coming down. Flaps 28. Then we're going to slow down to our final approach speed of 149 knots. 144 knots. We'll throw the speed brakes out real quick to help us slow down faster. Delta 1537 Dulles traffic is on the 10-mile final ILS runway 19er center, 19er center approach, Delta 1537. Alright, retract the speed brakes. Flaps 35. Spoilers armed. They're ready for landing. Where are we landing again? What? Bravo something or another. We'll park wherever we can. Wherever we can fit. I might have to take her down manually. Oh, I think she's tracking. Yeah, she's definitely tracking. Delta 1537 Heavy, Dulles traffic is on short final ILS. Runway 19er center approach, Dulles traffic. Continue. Oh, this is gonna hurt. My aircraft. Reverse thrust. Come on, stay on the ground. Use a heavy one. Alright, high speed taxiway. Reverse thrust cancel. Shut up, I'll fix you in a second. And Dulles traffic, Delta 1537 Heavy, runway vacated at Yankee 5. Taxi to ramp, Delta 1537. Alright. Shut up! There we go. That should shut her up. We're just gonna pull into the Alpha terminal here and park there. That just so happens to be the gate we need to park at. Oh, wrong thing. And GSX. Activate. services. Alright. Bring her on in. And engines off.